Welcome everybody to Talkin Toastmasters, the inaugural edition here on August 2nd, Tuesday in 2016. I'm your host, Vince Bollinger. I am a former president of Techmasters, hence the logo on my shirt here, and I'm the current area director for E41 in District 6. And I'm talking here to the members of Positively Outspoken. And I have just been named their club coach for the year, so we're going to be going definitely all the way, I don't want to say balls to the wall in front of this group, but whatever. So I'm going to introduce everybody to Positively Outspoken and talk to each of the individual members. So please help me welcoming our first guest here, Snejana Besana.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining the show.
She's welcome.
Well,
glad to be here.
First things first. When did you first hear about Toastmasters in general?
First time I heard about it was from a friend who was part of it about 7, 8, 9 years ago. She just mentioned she was part of it, and she told me about it, and that's it.
And how long ago was this?
About 7, 8 years ago, maybe 10.
Oh, okay. And when did you first attend a Toastmasters session?
February 20-something, 2016.
Of this year, all right. And I assume it was at this club?
It was, yes, it was.
All right.
That's the only one I went to.
Well, okay. Rain endorsement. So what about Positively Outspoken struck a chord with you that made you decide you wanted to join?
My first meeting I really enjoyed the first meeting. I enjoyed the people, and I just felt safe. I just felt safe when I stood up, when I spoke. I just felt safe.
Great. So what exactly are your current education goals for, let's say, the year 2016 to 17?
I would like to finish my Competent Communicator book by December 2016. I'm 3 speeches in. And so I know that there's some months that I'm going to have to step it up or ask for us to add more meeting times so that I can speak. And as far as leadership, I would like to move through that also maybe in a year from now. I've been doing Toastmasters and taking on different roles and asking the president and others to sign it for me, and so I want to continue doing that.
All right. And definitely would like to commend you on that, because for the first couple of years that I was in Toastmasters, maybe every 3rd or 4th speech I put in a manual wasn't really that big of a deal to me. Just kind of practicing, feeling my way around, trying to kind of just practice and see what I kind of wanted to do and trying to figure out where my goals were. So definitely very appreciative of that. And it really took me until year 3 or 4 before I really started getting into the program. And it's definitely something that I definitely am happy to see from not only anybody in general, but somebody who might be very instrumental in helping me look good as an area director. So with that, I would allow you to step down and get off the hot seat. All right, thank you very much for your time. All right, our next member here that I'd like to introduce is Raduca Path. Thank you for joining me, Raduca.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to ask you a handful of questions that are going to be awfully similar, but maybe we'll divert a little bit. So, when did you first hear about Toastmasters?
I first heard about Toastmasters I think in the year 2011. That was through my husband. When he was doing his PhD in Houston, he was a member of a Toastmasters club. And in the year 2010, we moved to Minnesota. And I was actually looking at master's programs that I wanted to enroll in. But while I was doing that, I wanted to also do something else than just sit at home. And of course, I knew he had told me that being a member of Toastmasters will improve your communication skills, and that was something that I really wanted to work on. I'm from India, and as you can see that I have a thick accent, so in addition to that, I wanted to improve my public speaking skills. I attended a club in 2011. I don't remember exactly which month. It was somewhere in Woodbury. I went there for one session, but it so happened that I enrolled into a master's program soon after that, and I wasn't able to go at the timing. I think they were having it on Tuesdays, and I couldn't make it on Tuesdays. So now, after so many years, and now I'm looking for jobs. I've completed my master's. I'm looking for jobs, and I thought now is a really good time, and now I really need to focus more on my public speaking skills. And when I'm sitting in front of an interviewer, I need to know how to speak clearly. Uh, so I was looking up different clubs, and I came across this club. The timing that this meeting is held, 6:30, is something that really works for me. I have two kids, so 6:30 in the evening works perfect for me. And I came as a guest member, just like Heather. I came here. I attended this session, and just like Snehjana mentioned, I like the atmosphere of this club. Very safe, and for me, one of the things that I really found attractive was that it was a small group, which to me felt a little less intimidating when I have to speak in front of them. I That was my one of the reasons why I went ahead and enrolled.
Definitely, I found personally that Toastmasters has been the single best decision I've made for my career. Now, of course, like I said, I'm a member of an all IT group. Well, that kind of poses its own separate set of problems. I don't know if you know too many IT folk, but a lot of us have a lot of communications issues. A lot of us spend their 6:30 on Tuesdays in their basement playing World of Warcraft, and that's pretty much the extent of their outside of work communication, typically with teenagers, a little bit less mature than them, sadly enough. And a lot of us have a lot of work to do. And that was why I really wanted to step out, especially as a consultant, someone who actually has to communicate with other people. And I wanted to be a better communicator with my fellow colleagues. And I definitely feel that that has really helped me out, especially in interviews. People, I think, believe that table topics is really given me an opportunity to be able to stretch my impromptu speaking skills and made me basically just not fear interviews anymore. Kind of feel like it's almost like a formality. I'll be able to handle this. Don't need to worry about sweating or anything like that. So I definitely agree with you on all those points. And let's see. So how long have you been a member?
I joined in May 2016.
Also fairly new member. It's great. And do you have any kind of goals that you want to do, whether it's educational or any kind of thing that you want to work on in the coming year?
I am currently just easing myself in. I'm still kind of learning how a meeting goes. I'm taking on small roles which aren't too challenging for me right now. In a sense, when I say challenging, I mean I try to be a table topics leader someday. Today I'm a timer, so I'm just taking it slowly, one at a time, and gradually move on to more challenging roles. Maybe someday be an evaluator, someday be a Toastmaster. And in terms of the speeches, I haven't really set a goal of how many speeches I want to give by the end of this year, but definitely I would like to give at least half the number of speeches which are required to be a competent communicator. Um, but once again, my main goal is to just overcome my fear of speaking in front of people and be able to stick to the point while speaking.
You have a goal today?
I am a timer.
Did you bring your accountant leader book?
I did.
You didn't?
I did.
Oh, good. Is somebody evaluating it?
I know.
Well, let's fix that right now. On YouTube. Come on. Who's going to evaluate her? Right, so she's going to be evaluating. He's going to be evaluating you. When you get back to your spot, please get your content leader out. Find a role where timer is involved and hand it over to your VP of Education. All right, I'll let you get down on that. Thank you. And last but definitely least, I noticed I threw that out, is Bunny Famadou. Please help me welcoming Bunny. Hello. Yeah. Thank you for coming. All right. So, Bunny Famadou, when was the first time you heard about Toastmasters?
I heard about Toastmasters in early 90s.
So, early 90s.
Yeah. I was remember briefly where I worked at Medtronic at that time. And so I think I went to a few meetings, and that was about it. And, I mean, work got busy and just didn't follow up with it.
All right.
So not until recently now that I felt, okay, I think I have more time, and I really definitely would like to improve my speaking skills. And so I kind of did some research and looked for Toastmasters meetings here in Woodbury. And I thought, okay, this looks good, and the time works out well for me. So,
Great.
yeah.
Well, great to have you.
Yeah.
And looking forward to getting to know you better in the coming year.
Thank you.
All right. So, as Vice President of Education, what kind of goals do you have for the club this year?
All right. So it's a new role for me, and this is the first time that I will attain, any leadership role within the Toastmasters Club. So I think I'm still learning. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. If I can improve my goals to do a little bit better speaking, I think I'll definitely would like to encourage or do whatever I can to encourage or help each individual do better in their speaking abilities also.
Yes, definitely. Vice President of Education is a very pivotal role in the club, and it allows, it basically is enlisting someone to help everybody else meet their educational goals for the year. And that's kind of one of the most important things, really, as far as the club's concerned. So you definitely have a little bit of a load on your shoulders. Now, just want to remind you that we have training for the area on August 24th over at Anderson Windows in Stillwater, and that's going to be at 2:30. Hopefully that works for you. If not, definitely try to check out another time for another training session. But let's see. So as far as you are concerned, when did you join exactly Positively Outspoken?
Like I said, I think I joined at the end of, they were on, because last year when I started looking around summertime.
Yep.
So they started out again in the fall.
Okay.
I think I started about last fall.
Great. Yeah. And so you had already been a member for a little while.
Yeah.
How far along were you? I'm not even sure. I'm not joking here. I'm not sure that competent communicator with those sensory projects existed back in the 90s. How far along are you on your competent communicator?
So I just started this, doing the speeches again, and I haven't gone very far. The only training part of speeches that I've given was during the speech craft.
So you have at least 3 then?
Yeah, I think I actually did 3 or 4 speeches
Great.
for speechcraft. But beyond that now, I think Stage Hannah have really passed me by.
So make sure you get those, because I believe 3 speeches on Speechcraft can count towards a competent communicator.
Okay.
Great. So was Speechcraft held at Positively Outspoken?
Yes.
Great. When was that? Do you fall? Or?
Yeah, I think right after I started in the fall.
Huh, great.
Yeah.
And how was that experience for you?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was really, really enjoyable. And the guy, Raj, I think.
Robbie Raj?
Yes, it was fantastic. It was just very encouraging, and it was motivating enough for me that I wanted to just keep giving those speeches at the time because I had somebody there encouraging me and motivating me. So I hope I can get back.
Is that something that you would like to coordinate in Positively Outspoken again in the future?
Definitely.
Phenomenal. We will keep in touch about that one.
Yes, I definitely would love to bring somebody like Raj back to the club.
Speechcraft.
Yeah, Speechcraft, Raj.
Yep.
Oh, well, it would be nice to have Raj again.
Sure.
He was fantastic.
All right. Yes. So Speechcraft is essentially a way to onboard a lot of new members at the same time. So maybe you go around having some sort of membership drive, get a bunch of new people in. Sometimes if you have somebody who's an experienced Toastmaster, like maybe Ravi Raj or Rai, I can't quite remember, but maybe maybe if he was here and he was giving a speech, you might be floored with how good he is. And then you're like, I gotta follow that guy? Well, I promise you, Ravi was the same way when he first walked into Toastmasters, as were we all. And years later, through lots of polish and going through a lot of the manuals, you get quite a bit better.
Yes.
And Speechcraft, everybody's on the same level. Everyone goes in, they give their icebreaker, which is the one that says, here's me, here's all about me, and you just tell about you. Really simple thing. And then you kind of go from there, but everyone's at the same pace. And you have a one-on-one mentor, and I think it's a fantastic program. We did it in our club last year, and not only did we bring in new members, but those members were very strong. They got up to speed very quickly, and we're definitely going to be continuing to do that in the future. All right, I think that's all the questions I have for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. you, Bonnie. I think that's all the time we have here today for our first edition of Talkin Toastmasters. I'm going to turn it back over to our Toastmaster, who I believe today is Jonathan.